Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Chess with Daisy. My name's Daisy and this is my rating climb from 1300 to 1500. Enjoy! And from the perspective of a really bad 1300 player, let us begin. So I will start out with a 30-minute game because I think 30 minutes is good for me. I like the longer games, but also I want to try and do this as fast as possible. I've been playing the Sicilian, and I usually play d6. This I'm very familiar with. I just take, I trade a flank pawn for a center pawn, and here I will not take the knight, rather I will fanchetto my bishop. If this pawn moves forward, what would be the best spot for my knight? I'm seeing rerouting my knight here and here, so maybe it wouldn't even be a problem. And if here, then I would take, and I would come here with tempo. I think the only place that I would consider putting my bishop is right here. I actually think the doubled pawns would be totally fine because I would have a good pawn center. There is also, though, an easy way to fanchetto, and I would just play c5. So this is my first tough decision. If I play bishop here, and bishop takes, then I'll take back of my pawn. Now if I could play pawn up, then maybe it would be worth it. Okay, now I'm reconsidering. I decided on putting the bishop in the middle after lots of careful consideration. Stockfish did not agree with it as I had expected, but bishop on the side Stockfish also didn't agree with. Both were mistakes according to Stockfish, but I liked my move better. And then the game went on. This is a bad move. Because now this pawn kind of becomes a backwards pawn. Also, I'm looking at a potential weak color complex with my bishop. Now my opponent also has a dark squared bishop, but right now mine is positioned a lot more powerfully, although it is kind of blocked in by this pawn. I also don't think this was very good because it was just a one move threat. Now I can go here, and this pawn is temporarily free, but it's going to be better positioned in a moment. I think I'll move this rook here, and specifically this rook because I think this rook could have a future on b8. Also because maybe in the future I'll be able to play d3, have this discovery, and also maybe on the next turn be able to play d2, in which case then my pawn would be really close to the king. As of right now, I think I'm definitely winning because I'm up a pawn. Also, I just am in my opponent's territory more. I think I control more squares, and in an endgame, I think I'm more prepared. Maybe I'll put another attacker on this knight. Ah, I lost a pawn. Okay, I lost my pawn. I didn't see that. Yeah, okay, that was not good, but actually my pawn was hanging for a while. So strange that both of us didn't notice that. If I could win the knight, that would be good, but I don't think I'll be winning the knight. Either way, if the knight moves, then I can take the queen, the pawn will take, and then I'll end up winning the pawn back again and kind of separate these pawns. So the knight moved back, and I think I'm prepared. Now I want to keep the initiative. Bishop back. Now I need to decide which pawn I want to take. I think I will take this pawn. Oh, actually, I think I'm winning a piece. Yeah, it looks like I'm winning a piece because for one, I'm taking away the defender of this and I'm attacking this, which is free. Yeah, this looks really good. And now I'm attacking both pieces at the same time. And I'm up 2 pawns. So now I'm for sure winning. And I win a piece. Oh, okay. First game was a success. Since that first game went so successfully, I went on to play a couple more games after that. Throughout the week, I played more games and I was building my rating, and then finally on the weekend, I went to a chess tournament. The chess tournament said that a lot of beginners came on Saturday, so of course I went on Saturday. But what I didn't know was that their beginners were really 1800 plus. They just meant that they had no actual titled masters. So in my first pairing, I was paired against someone that was rated like 2100, and I got absolutely beat super brutally. I lost like all my pieces. And the second game I also lost, but I almost felt like it was lost before it even started, so I didn't try that hard. And then my third game, I was playing against someone rated 1800, and I was also feeling just not so confident. I did lose, but it turned out to be a really, really good game that I ended up being ahead most of the time. So here that is, and here is the notation.
100% the d5 is the best move. I will turn the computer off and never use Stockfish again if it doesn't say d5. Really? All right, good. Yeah. D5 has to be, right? Just because
I'm sure I played d5.
Yeah, no, I know you played d5, but okay. Just the point is that you're playing the most logical move simply because of even what we teach principle based. You put pawns in the center to gain space, and if your opponents don't put pawns to combat them, you could use your pawns to push back your opponent's pieces. That's exactly what you're doing with tempo. You're gaining space, and that's a wrong move. Then we need to quit playing chess. We don't know what to do. So knight b. So now they start setting up for the next game. Knight b8, bishop g5. I
think once I played it, I wanted to play knight g5.
I love your position now. You played h5. This would have been, if I'm playing black, I'm super annoyed right now, especially if I'm like 1800. My opponent is 700 and I'm in this position. At this point, you're like, why am I not up material? And why am I losing? This is not good. This can't be good. All right, I gotta turn the line on. I want to cheat just a little bit. Okay. At best, black's got to be equal. Come on.
No, I don't. No.
It just Stockfish is such a hater.
And then this blunder is what cost me the game.
You played knight f4. That's what I think you missed bishop d2, right? Or you just missed.
Oh my god! This is where we have the video.
Yeah, and after king here, this was the heartbreak move. Like, boo.
After that, I continued on my rating climb journey, and the time control got shorter and shorter, so I could try and do this as fast as possible. And with the shorter time control, I was losing. A lot. My chess teacher kept telling me, why would you spend more time on these 10-minute games playing more games and losing more than if you could just play 10 good games that are long and win every single one? And it was true. I knew that I was better in the long games, but what I wanted was instant feedback. I wanted to improve my rating as quickly as possible, and I thought 10 minutes was the fastest way to do it. But I was wrong. With every loss, I became more and more frustrated and annoyed until I would finally shut my computer off for the night and be done. But then as I started going back into the long games, my rating started to improve and I was winning every single game. Until I reached my goal, 1500. And here's that game. Okay, so today is a Monday. I just got home from school and I played a chess game, and now I'm at 1496. So if I win this game, I'll achieve my goal and I'll be at 1500. So I'm kind of nervous to play this next game. I don't really know. I'm scared that I might lose, but also it's like, well, if I lose, I'll just get back up again, because throughout this journey, I've been up, I've been down, and I seem to kind of float around the 1400s. But over the weekend, I played in a tournament which had long games, and I've also been playing a lot of in-person games, and I think that was really what made the difference. So now I'm up to 1496, one game, and I'm gonna start it now, and I hope this goes well. Time control, I'm gonna do this 20-minute one. All right, English opening, don't fail me. Oh my god, I've never seen this before. Okay. Actually, wait, no, I have seen this before. It's okay, I'm fine. I just play this like a normal game. It's like a Sicilian, except we exchanged. This is bad, I think. This also doesn't look so good. I will play d4. It's gotta be good. Put a pawn in the center, and where should I develop my bishop? Should I fanchetto? Or I could go here, but then I'm looking at this. I don't usually put my knight here, but I'm gonna put it here this time. The only scary move... Okay, good. There's no kingside attack. I think I'm definitely winning here because it seems like I'm gonna have an attack going very soon because my bishop controls these squares. My queen controls these squares. The king really only has this as an escape square, and then if I can just get this lever, I don't know if I would take with the knight or the bishop just yet, but like if I can get this lever, then I'll have open files towards the king, and I'll be able to really get an attack going. So I think my opponent is trying to figure out how to manage this. If my opponent does nothing, then I take and I get an extra pawn and my knight is in a more aggressive position. But if my opponent does take, then there's an open file against the king. I'm taking, I have tempo, and my pieces are just overall much more active than my opponent's. Like, my opponent still hasn't even completed their development. This is actually principled. If your opponent is attacking on the flank, you should attack in the center. The only thing is that I don't really know if this is like doing a whole lot. I will continue with my plan, because my plan just comes faster. It's more threatening. Now, I guess maybe this is going to displace my queen, but I probably don't even need to do that. I can just take this pawn, and then there's not really any way for my opponent to save this pawn still, except for like queen here, but the queen needs to be there to like kind of defend. So I'm thinking this. All right, the pot is stirring now. Okay, my opponent's finally completed their development. Seeing a rook lift here that could potentially lead to checkmate. Yeah, I don't see how this can be bad. The only thing I'm seeing is this. And then I'll just take en passant. All right. There are some discoveries, but I move here with check. So, all right, this is looking good. Okay, this is a new escape square that I didn't really see. I still think it's good to take en passant because that pawn specifically, like right here, that was doing everything. Now it's super easy for a checkmate. I just need to put my queen here. Whatever my opponent does on the next turn, I'm gonna do this. And then this is pretty much game over. I think I still do this, right? All right, this is the move. This is the move that decides the game. I hope it's the right one. I think it has to be the right one because it seems like it works in every single possible continuation, but okay, we saw this. Okay, there's no follow-up for this, I don't think. But I just have so much more material. Maybe I just like cash in and win the game a different way. Okay. Yeah, I don't see like anything for like a checkmate or anything. But I'll go over this game, but I think I can just win in a different, well, actually maybe I'm not win. I mean, I still have a far. No. No. No, I was trying to draw an arrow. Why? No. What? I'm saved. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god, I thought that was over. Okay, I'm really low on time. I just gotta go move. Oh my god. I am so lucky. Oh, actually my opponent is like so losing now. Oh my god. I hung my queen and my opponent was just like, la la la, let me just take the knight. Okay, defending the knight. Got it. Okay, I'm at 5 minutes. My opponent's at 9. I think this game will end soon. I don't know though, so I need to kind of move fast. And everyone knows that I'm not very good at moving fast. It would be really bad if I lost this game under time pressure, but it definitely happens. I'm at 4 minutes. Okay. Get it together. This, my queen, and checkmate. Okay, maybe I'm dead under time pressure. This is really bad. Oh my god, I'm not up material either. Why am I not up material? Oh no! Ah! This. Allergies. This is over now. I hope. Okay. My opponent's losing in a different way. We're still winning. Now we're just gonna go after these. Yes! Finally! This has taken me